I can see the future. Kind of.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today, we're counting down our picks for the 20 worst examples of someone in the public eye trying to become an action star.
Never could make the free throws.
Number 20, Alicia Silverstone, Batman and Robin.
Using feminine wiles to get what you want, trading on your looks. Read a book, sister. That passive-aggressive number went out long ago. Chicks like you give women a bad name.
This legendary superhero bust stalled many careers when it was released back in 1997, with Batman and Robin effectively halting any hopes co-star Alicia Silverstone might have had about a career in action movies. The film's ultra-campy tone and overtly jokey execution effectively killed the Batman franchise for years as well, with Silverstone's performance as Batgirl adding little, if anything, to the proceedings. It'd be unfair to lay the blame for Batman and Robin's failure solely on Silverstone. There's plenty of blame to go around after all, but this doesn't change the fact that the actress just didn't seem cut out for the action movie game.
Excuse me. I believe I'm the one who kicked Ivy's botanical butt. Yeah, that was me. I did it all by myself.
Number 19, Pamela Anderson, Barbed Wire.
Alive, Krebs represents your investment in its bail bond. Dead, he's toxic waste.
Barbed Wire knew exactly what it was when it was released back in 1996. Male teenage fantasy fodder featuring Pamela Anderson. Lots of guns and some very big explosions. The film was based on a Dark Horse comic book series, with Anderson playing the role of the titular heroine. The film didn't please audiences or critics, however, with many pointing to Anderson's one-note performance and dry delivery as sticking points in this box office bomb. Still, Barbed Wire is fun enough when you're in the right mood, but Anderson would fail to achieve any sort of action movie success in the wake of its release.
What did you call me? Don't call me babe.
Number 18, Brian Bosworth, Stone Cold.
You gotta say for yourself this time.
You gotta clean up on aisle 4.
Those searching for some action movie lunacy need look no further than 1991's Stone Cold, an enjoyably ridiculous collection of tough guy cliches starring the one and only Brian Bosworth. Bosworth had previously made his name in the NFL, but Stone Cold was supposedly to be his breakout role in the action movie mainstream. Fans and critics didn't flock to the Boz, however, and Stone Cold flopped at the box office. B-movie fans did later latch onto the film on home video, but Bosworth's star never truly ignited, although the former Seattle Seahawks still acts on the indie scene to this day.
Imagine the future changes, 'cause you're not in it.
Number 17, Taylor Kitsch, John Carter.
That don't look like a fair fight.
I said, then you never fight fair.
Let's rewind to 2012, a year that was supposed to mint Taylor Kitsch as Hollywood's newest golden boy. Coming off the massive success of Friday Night Lights, Kitsch was handed the keys to an astronomical action blockbuster that cost the GDP of a small country. Unfortunately, John Carter was a verified box office disaster, becoming one of the most infamous flops in movie history. While the sci-fi epic has since earned a few cult defenders over the years, the general public met it with a big fat no, and it flatlined Kitsch's trajectory as a bankable action star. He's still going strong in indie films and television, but he's no action hero.
Oh, and Ned. Take up a cause. Fall in love. Write a book. Just tell me I went home.
Number 16, Dane DeHaan, Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets.
Close it. Bring on the beach.
Luc Besson's ambitious space opera was a visual masterpiece, but it suffered from one fatal glaring flaw: its leading man. Dane DeHaan is a talented actor, usually shining in cerebral and moody indie roles or playing troubled villains. However, casting him as Major Valerian, a swaggering roguish space cop, was a massive miscalculation. DeHaan severely lacked the imposing physical presence and natural charisma required to carry a massive sci-fi action flick. Consequently, his stiff performance felt wildly out of place in such a vibrant, high-octane universe. He grounded a movie that desperately needed to soar.
You want to drive?
Whoa, put your hand back on the joystick. Orlean, put your hands back on the joystick. Orlean, will you please put your hand back on the joystick?
Number 15. Kit Harington, Pompeii.
We will have to speak at some point.
No, we don't. What we have to do is kill each other at some point. So my name's my own. I have no interest in learning yours.
He was known far and wide for his role in Game of Thrones, which made Kit Harington's leap to the silver screen seem like an absolute no-brainer. Right in the midst of throne fever, Harington took a massive swing with the historical action flick Pompeii, which was heavily promoted on his rising star power. But critics and audiences quickly pointed out that his brooding, quiet television charisma didn't translate into carrying a loud blockbuster. In fact, he was, dare we say, quite bad. The film failed to make waves at the box office, proving once and for all that wielding a Valerian steel sword on TV doesn't automatically make you a genuine action movie heavyweight.
This isn't a battle.
What?
This is a massacre.
How do you know?
Because I was there.
Number 14. Taylor Lautner, Abduction and Tracers.
Get those mitts on, wake up.
Can't believe you're making me fight hungover.
You want to drink like a man? Let's see if you can fight like a man. Come on, let's go.
Oh, Taylor Lautner. We know you're trying hard to escape from your Twilight past, but the actor's performances in the 2011 film Abduction and 2015's Tracers are just that, attempts. Abduction was Lautner's first proper crack at action movie stardom as an adult and received scathing reviews concerning the actor's wooden performance and lack of charisma. Tracers, unfortunately, didn't fare much better, with Lautner implausibly starring as a bike messenger who ends up running with a parkour gang in New York City. The time may come when Taylor finally becomes an actual action movie heavyweight, but it'll definitely take better movies than these to get the job done.
I don't know what I'm doing.
That's the great thing about parkour, my friend. There are no rules.
Number 13. Jai Courtney, A Good Day to Die Hard.
Need a hug? We're not really a hugging family. That's right.
For a few confusing and head-scratching years in the early 2010s, studio execs were convinced that Jai Courtney was the heir apparent to the action movie throne. He was aggressively inserted into major franchises like The Terminator, but perhaps his worst turn is playing John McClane's tough guy's son in A Good Day to Die Hard. Instead of revitalizing the aging IP with fresh blood, audiences found Courtney's wooden screen presence severely lacking. He didn't have the grit or the charm to anchor the film, and putting him beside a legend like Bruce Willis just proves there are levels to this. The movie was critically reviled, serving as a widespread rejection of Courtney as a dependable leading man.
So we're not gonna grow any third arms or anything, are we? You might lose your hair.
Laugh it up, kid. This is you 5 years from now.
It's rainwater. You're fine. Besides, it's hard to kill McClane.
Number 12. Ice Cube, XXX State of the Union.
Wars come and go, but my soldiers stay eternal.
I like that. Who said it? Jefferson? Patton?
Tupac.
Not even Ice Cube could save the XXX franchise in 2005, when the rapper-turned-actor decided to fill the shoes vacated by Vin Diesel. To be fair, XXX State of the Union did bring back a small return against its $60 million budget, but critics were split on Cube's performance as an action hero, while fans mourned the loss of Diesel from the franchise. They would get their wish over a decade later, however, with XXX Return of Xander Cage, reigniting the film series, bringing both Cube and Diesel back for another round.
Rock, paper, scissor, grenade launcher.
Number 11. Tyler Perry, Alex Cross.
Here's another emotion for you. It's pleasure. The
pleasure I'm gonna get when I watch your soul come oozing out of your body, you maggot.
You can respect writer, actor, and director Tyler Perry for attempting to try something new by taking part in the 2012 film Alex Cross. It couldn't have been easy for Perry to step into a role that was not only based on a beloved book series by James Patterson, but had also been previously portrayed on screen by Morgan Freeman. Fans of Perry's Medea franchise, however, stayed away from Alex Cross, and the film ended up as both a critical and commercial failure, despite Perry's best intentions.
At least it's over, right?
No. Yeah, over, Tommy.
Number 10. Mila Kunis, Max Payne.
You need to talk about my sister.
Mila Kunis is a fantastic actress with incredible range, but her abrupt venture into the gritty action genre was spectacularly misjudged. Back in 2008, Kunis was completely miscast as the hardened, gun-toting assassin Mona Sachs in the movie adaptation of Max Payne. Despite taking the role seriously and giving it her all, Kunis's petite physical stature and naturally angelic features made it exceedingly difficult for audiences to buy her as a bloodthirsty action heroine. Sometimes a great actor simply doesn't fit the run-and-gun mold, and that's fine.
You don't want to make it out alive. You think that if he puts you out of your misery, you'll be with them again.
Yeah, I hope that's how it works.
Number 9. Chris Klein, Rollerball.
It's a rough game. That's why we get paid, you know?
You make 100 times what I do.
What's up, Danny?
Remaking a cult classic usually isn't the best idea, especially when the film was as niche as the 1975 sci-fi oddity Rollerball. That movie starred Hollywood heavyweight James Caan. However, while viewers of the 2002 version were forced to settle for American Pie actor Chris Klein, the Rollerball remake was panned by fans and critics alike, mainly because it lacked the kitsch 70s cool and socio-political themes of the original. Klein's performance in the film was considered bland and not up to snuff when compared to the charisma Caan brought to the role over 25 years earlier.
Looks like they brought the whole Russian cavalry, Rid.
We're great. We're being chased by our own bodyguards.
Number 8. Kevin Hart, Lift.
Let's make a toast.
All right.
To the world's first heist of an NFT.
Kevin Hart is arguably one of the hardest working men in Hollywood, and lately he's been trying to pivot away from pure comedy and into legitimate action star territory. Frankly, we don't know why. Despite headlining big-budget Netflix action flicks like Lift, the glaring problem remains. Audiences just can't take him seriously as a formidable tough guy. He's a small man, and his earnest attempts to play the suave mastermind of a heist invariably devolved into his trademark high-pitched comedic shtick. The explosive action often feels entirely secondary to the jokes, leaving his action star status stuck firmly in the realm of parody.
Oh my God. You are really, really easy to hate.
Agree to disagree.
Number 7. Armie Hammer, The Lone Ranger.
Great shot.
That was supposed to be a warning shot.
In that case, not so good.
Disney banked on Armie Hammer becoming the next generation's big action hero when they cast him in The Lone Ranger opposite Johnny Depp. Instead, the chaotic film became one of the most infamous box office bombs of the 2010s. It completely failed to ignite the lucrative blockbuster franchise the studio so desperately wanted, and Disney lost a ton of money in the process. So, Hammer's highly publicized shot at being a traditional square-jawed leading man fizzled out right at the starting line. And that was long before his off-screen controversies officially ended his mainstream Hollywood career for good.
You want me to wear a mask?
The men you seek think you are dead, Kimosabe. Better to stay that way.
Number 6. Jared Leto, Morbius.
Does our generous benefactor Milo know what you're actually doing here?
What am I actually doing here?
Remixing human DNA with bat DNA.
I have no idea what
What are you talking about? Is anything ringing a bell?
No bells ringing.
It's Morbin time. Or, well, maybe not. Jared Leto undeniably has a distinct knack for transformative character work, but his ambitious attempt to solo a superhero franchise was a historically embarrassing misfire. Morbius quickly became an inescapable internet laughingstock thanks to its chaotic plot, dated CGI effects, and Leto's aggressively self-serious lead performance. The movie bombed so badly that it actually managed to flop twice after Sony execs mistakenly thought that ironic Twitter memes translated into actual interest. It did not, so Leto's transition into a bankable action lead was killed, reincarnated, and killed all over again.
I'm sorry. I'm starting to get hungry. You don't want to see me when I'm hungry.
Number 5. Seth Rogen, The Green Hornet.
You know what you are? You're a human Swiss Army knife.
I don't know what's that mean.
It's a little thing, and you keep pulling out things, and just when you think there couldn't be any more cool things, a new cool thing comes out, and that's you! You even are dressed like one. You just need a little plus on your chest.
This masked crime fighter possesses a proud pedigree dating all the way back to his debut in radio in the 1930s. The Green Hornet was set for a big-budget reboot back in 2011, with the very unlikely Seth Rogen in the lead. Critics immediately picked up on Rogen's performance in the film, calling the actor out for being miscast. The film did big money with fans at first, but sharply dropped off after a boffo opening weekend, as negative word of mouth soon spread about the Green Hornet and its less than convincing hero. In 2013, Rogen himself referred to working on the film as a nightmare.
You shot yourself in the face by mistake.
How long was I out? What time is it?
2 o'clock.
Oh, that's not so bad, I guess.
On Thursday.
It's Thursday? Are you kidding? It's not Monday right now?
Number 4. Dakota Johnson, Madam Web.
Thank you for protecting us.
No. I'm not. That's not what's happening here. I'm not protecting you. I am. Your parents can handle this.
My parents are on a business trip.
Dakota Johnson has thoroughly made a name for herself, but entering the superhero fray proved to be a tangled web that was better left alone. Madam Web debuted as an absolute critical and commercial disaster. Johnson's deadpan delivery and visible discomfort in the action sequences drew widespread internet ridicule, and the film was heavily memed. Even Johnson herself later admitted that she wasn't even remotely surprised by the film's reception, given its rocky behind-the-scenes drama. There was even widespread speculation that Johnson felt tricked into thinking she was joining the main MCU rather than a Sony spin-off. No wonder her heart wasn't in it.
I mean... Oh.
What the hell?
See? She didn't see that coming?
It doesn't work like that.
Number 3. Shaquille O'Neal, Steel.
Must be awful for you. I can imagine how you feel.
No, you can't.
The late 90s were a rough time for the superhero movie genre and had a long way away from the early 21st century's big-budget action spectaculars. Enter basketball star Shaquille O'Neal and his disastrous turn as the DC comic book hero known as Steel. There's a thick layer of cheese here, a fact that isn't helped much by O'Neal's less than commanding performance in the lead role of John Henry Irons. This is a shame, because it would have been great to see DC Steel up there on the big screen, especially if the filmmakers had explored his place in the Superman universe. One thing's for sure, any sort of Steel reboot should stay very far, far away from the Shaq Man.
Look, guys, I appreciate what you've both done for me, but it might get a little dangerous.
I laugh at danger.
I boogie around danger like a soul-trained dancer.
Number 2. Tom Holland, Uncharted.
Sully, I think you're just gonna have to buy that cross.
As the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, Tom Holland is undeniably phenomenal. But outside the welcoming safety of the MCU, his eager attempts to mold himself into a rugged adult action star have been a very tough sell. His casting as the gruff treasure hunter Nathan Drake in the Uncharted adaptation was widely criticized by fans of the video games, mostly because he was too short and boyish. While Uncharted made decent money, Holland himself admitted that he struggled with the role, focusing way too much on looking good, rather than fully embodying the character. Without the Spidey suit, audiences just aren't buying him as a hardened action hero.
I knew you'd figure it out.
Figure what out?
The puzzle in Sam's postcards. So what is it?
Does it matter? I already found the gold.
I don't see any gold.
Oh, it's here. It's a false top. Oh, pirate trick. Here's your gold you've been looking for.
If you love games, be sure to check out WatchMojo's new game, Terrible Influence. Just launched for purchase at terribleinfluence.com. Terrible Influence is a satirical board game about the dark side of fame from the writer of the most popular girls in school and us, WatchMojo.
Boom. I can make an apology video.
Oh, you so would.
Click on the link in the description to check out the game and be the first to play Terrible Influence.
Number 1. Jay Leno, Collision Course.
I make bargain with you. You help me. I help you find man who shoot your friend.
Bargain? You got nothing to bargain with, pal. I'm gonna bust your ass.
The question you're probably asking yourself is, wait, what? Jay Leno was in an action movie? Well, incredibly, the answer to that is yes, and his co-star was the Karate Kid's own Pat Morita. The film in question was Collision Course, and it featured an East meets West duo of cops trying to track down a stolen Japanese turbocharger in Detroit. Director Louis Teagan crew had attempted to finish the film in 1989, but budgetary issues caused Collision Course to sit on the shelf until 1992, when it was quietly released on VHS.
Now, technically, we're gonna need a warrant to get in this joint.
No need warrant. Have probable cause.
Probable cause.
Yeah. You hear a baby crying?
No, I do hear a baby crying.
You smell smoke?
You know, I smell something.
Which effort made you roll your eyes the hardest? Let us know in the comments below.